Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me, fucking grabbed a rock, and it hit me in my fucking face because I would have given him my number.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god.
And all y'all just fucking watch. Y'all see that shit? Y'all see that shit? What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Man, fuck all y'all niggas. Woo.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
She lying. Why the you lying? I'm just saying.
Man, fuck all y'all niggas.
In regards to black women not being protected, let me first state the obvious. No man should put his hands on a woman.
I ain't saying nothing.
We desire protection, but sometimes what we don't understand is that true protection comes with a level of control. Bodyguards are a good example. A bodyguard will make their client leave from a dangerous place. The bodyguard has to know all the details: who, what, when, where, why, and how. And the client has to listen to the bodyguard and follow the instruction that the bodyguard gives them. It's really an agreement between all parties involved. When the person who needs protecting does not follow the instruction and the direction of the protector, it puts the protector in a situation where they're more likely to lose their life.
You smart.
Facts.
I have 4 brothers and a father, and I listen to their instruction even when they're not around. They have told me to stay away from certain places if I'm by myself or if it's late at night. They've also advised me not to be drunk or high in certain situations. Even though my brothers, my dad, and the men in my life protect me, I in turn protect them by listening to them and following their instruction. They don't have to come to my defense in some wild scenario, because if I listened to them, I wouldn't have been there in the first place. And this is another thing I feel like is pertinent to say, and I know folks ain't gonna like this one. I don't have sons right now, but when I do have sons, I'm going to teach them that there's a difference between diamonds and dirt and rubies and rocks. Rubies and diamonds are often in jewelry stores. They're in glass cases. They're secured. There's an alarm system. There's a lot of layers of protection because those things are valuable. But you could pull over to the side of the road and find some dirt and rocks. Expecting a man to risk his well-being, his future, and his life on someone who does not see value in themselves or the man,
and I just don't care,
is asinine. That's a
Nope.
very asinine thing to ask. All I'm saying is protection comes with a little bit of sacrifice. It comes with a little bit of control. And me personally, I feel that what I have to sacrifice and the amount of control I have to give up is 100% worth it to receive the protection that I've been getting my whole life.
And that's the whole thing about it, guys. A lot of these modern women, what they say, oh, I don't need no man. No man can't tell me what to do. Oh, just because we dating, you can't tell me what to wear. You can't tell me what to go. And then when they get themselves in trouble, when they get themselves in a situation, then they're looking for you to protect them. And when you're not willing to risk your life to protect them from the situation they got into, then you're the bad guy. Oh, black men don't protect black women. But y'all the same hoes that been talking shit for years about black man ain't this, black man ain't that. If you gonna look me in my face and tell me I ain't shit, I ain't this, I ain't that, and talking bad about me, when you still get yourself in the situation, don't look for me to come protect you. But a lot of these women, these modern day women, they independent. They don't need a man. The only time they want you to man up is when they get their ass in trouble and get in a situation that they can't get themselves out of. Now all of a sudden you should man up. But like I said, I ain't him. I ain't losing my life for none of these beautiful queens. I'm just saying, guys, but let's continue. The young lady at a point, at least she understands. But she got backlash for what she said, even though she was right. And that's the problem with a lot of these modern women. They only hear what they want to hear. But let's keep it moving, guys. Let's get on to the next part of the video where she
made a video about black women and preventative protection, and how if you want someone to protect you, you're going to have to listen to them and try to avoid being in dangerous situations. And because you guys didn't like what I said, I receive death threats. People wish that someone would bust my car window and pistol whip me. People wish that some people or that they themselves could find me and hit me with a brick.
And I bet you any money this is coming from all women. Ignorant. Don't want to hear till when they get themselves in that situation. Then they want to play victim now and expect you to feel sorry for them. But like I said, I ain't him.
All these young girls that are out here that are still wet behind the ears but are aging like milk and bananas calling me old. I'm not expecting y'all to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, because I know y'all don't care. But I'm going to say what I want regardless, because I don't receive my self-worth and validation based on what people say about me online.
And that's a big problem. Most people nowadays, the internet is not real life. I don't care what anybody feel or think. People told me my page on Facebook is toxic because I talk about what these women do and all of this stuff there. That's your opinion. But the truth is the truth.
I proudly grew up in a time before all of that, and my self-worth and validation is based on my principles and my character. Some of y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. So I'll say this again, for the people that have sense, preventative protection is the best kind of protection. For every other crime that exists, we understand that preventative measures is the best way to avoid said crimes. If I don't want my car broken into or stolen or vandalized, I'm not going to leave it unlocked with valuable things in my car. I know people personally who have gotten their car broken into several times. I've never gotten my car broken into, knock on wood. If I don't want to get robbed, I'm not going to go to the ATM late at night by myself, because that is not a wise decision to make. And you guys can say, well, that still doesn't stop people from getting robbed or their car getting stolen or whatever, but it greatly minimizes the risk. You feel me? Same thing when it comes to condoms and birth control. Condoms and birth control are not 100% effective, but it significantly minimizes the risk of you getting an STD or you getting pregnant. In addition to taking preventative measures by not being in dangerous places by yourself, actually listening to the men that tell you to take preventative measures is another way that will help to ensure your safety as a woman in this world. And to the ladies who have never had a man love them enough to try to prevent something bad from happening to them, you honestly have my sincere condolences. And to those of you who say, why don't you just tell men to stop abusing women? Why don't we hold them accountable? If telling someone to stop being an abuser, a thief, or a murderer worked, then the prisons, we wouldn't have a need for prisons. None of that would exist. So excuse me for living in the real world. I'm a very proactive kind of person. We can't change what happened in the past or things that have already happened to women, but we can help minimize the risk of those things happening in the future. I don't need it.
And I'm not making excuses, guys, for a man abusing a woman or anything like that. But don't put yourself in situation, ladies, and then complain later on because you put yourself in a situation and then you expect me to play Captain Save-A-Hole to come save you. When I was telling you that, look, maybe you shouldn't dress that way. Maybe you shouldn't go out to the club and get drunk and shit that you don't even have no common sense of what's going on around you. And then when you get taken advantage of, then you mad at me because I didn't run out to come play Captain Save-A-Hole. You were the same one that just told me that I can't tell you what to do. You grown. Y'all are the same one screaming y'all could do anything a man can do. Y'all don't need a man to tell y'all shit. The only time y'all do that is when y'all get in trouble and can't get yourself out of a situation. Now, this young lady, she's perfectly correct. Preventive. So you can't put yourself in a situation and then at the end of the day, you're talking about, oh, black men don't protect black women because you hoes don't listen. You hoes let feminism screw you up. But at least you know what feels good? There's a lot of women out there that gets it, that understand it like that young lady. Like she said, she got brothers, but because the majority of you hoes don't got daddies and y'all grow up to be just as ratchet as y'all mama and do the same crap that your mama do, sit around and try to blame black man for not protecting y'all and all of that, but then turn around talking about, no man can tell me this, no man can tell me that. Get the funk out of here. But like I said, guys, I ain't graduated from Harvard. All you simp ass niggas can risk your life for these hoes that won't listen, that think that it's all about control. You could risk your life, but I'm not risking my life for none of these hoes. I'm just saying, guys, it is what it is. But let's keep it moving.
Tell men anything. It's women that need to learn. You see, women today, they don't understand men at all. If I was born a man living in the world today, I would not want to provide. Not for these women. Not for women making demands, treating a man like a child, having a laundry list of all the little boxes that have to be ticked. In
Facts.
order to what? Be in love?
Love don't cost nothing, guys. That's the one thing I believe in, and I've always said. Love don't cost a damn thing.
Or be someone's servant? This is what a lot of you are not understanding. With that attitude, you are lucky if you get the bare minimum. If I was a dude, I wouldn't do it. If I was a dude, I'd probably be a player. I've done the face swap thing, and I would be a really attractive guy. But there's no way I would be leading, providing, protecting these modern women. No. And see, what a lot of you don't understand about men, when a man finds a good woman, and not a good woman in your opinion, okay? In their opinion, from their perspective, not ours, because every woman out here thinks she's good.
And that's a fact, guys. Every woman think that they're a good woman. And I also can say every man think they're a good man. But deep down inside, they know they are. And I'm not trying to protect and take care of a woman. She's 100% right. When I find a good woman, that's a good woman that deserve my protection, deserve for me to go out there and bust my ass and give my all for her because she deserve that, I will do that. But just because you got a cat between your legs doesn't make you a good woman. Just because you could dress up and get your 20-inch Yaki and you go out there, you think all these simp ass niggas want you and all that. No, they want to hit. But when you find a good woman, a good man will take care of a good woman. A good man will go above and beyond for a good woman. But the problem is, even these hoes think they're good women. And the problem with that is, even the good women, when they hear a man talk about it, they will defend these ratchet hoes and put themselves in their class and then ask, why is it that men are classing them with these hoes? Because what? You defend the bullshit. I'm just saying. Like I said, I'm stupid.
When they find a good woman, a loving woman, a real woman, you would be surprised what a man would do for her when he
That's a fact.
finds that kind of love, that kind of respect, that kind of loyalty. Do you see the world men are able to build? This is within their capacity. They can do incredible things for themselves and for the woman that they love.
Facts.
A
But
man
y'all
can
don't wanna
lasso
hear
the
that.
moon and bring it back to you if you're the right kind of woman.
But y'all don't want to hear that.
But
We're just trying to be controlling.
if you're just some scrub out here, no, you're going to get what you get. And truthfully, I'm surprised that y'all even get that much,
True.
because I wouldn't do it.
Me
Let me
neither.
get this straight.
And that's a fact, guys. Like I said, I'm not trying to say all men are good and all women ain't good. But ladies, when you find a good man and the man loves you, he care about you, he see you're a good woman, he will pull the moon out the sky for you. And that's what it's all about. But if you're not willing to listen, you want to speak all this feminism shit because a man tell you, look, I don't want my woman going out there on the street wearing all of this shit there, going out to the bar with the rest of her scandalous ass friends. And then when you get in trouble, you looking for me to protect you. I'm not him. If you're a good woman, be a good woman. You're supposed to know what a good woman is. But just because a man say he don't want you to do this, you shouldn't be doing this, it doesn't mean he's trying to control you. No, he loves you. He's trying to protect you because he knows that it ain't all good man out there.
You have been telling men for years that you don't want them, that you don't need them, that they don't meet your standards, that they don't treat you right, that you can pay for your own hair, you can pay for your own nails, you can afford your own home, you can afford your own car. Men are good for nothing. You're strong, you're independent. But then you get mad when these men go to another country to actually find a woman that has the qualities that they are looking for in a wife. Make it make sense. I also want to talk about why this mindset that so many Western women have is actually extremely problematic. Because not only are you putting down the men who are going overseas with pure intentions, you're also putting down the woman from these other countries solely off of the fact that they were not brought up in a Western culture. Because you're calling them uneducated, you're calling them poor, you're calling them weak, you're calling them vulnerable. You're creating a superiority complex where you are at the top and women from all these other countries are at the bottom. Now let me tell you something. If you were really superior, the men would not be leaving.
And guys, she got a point. She got a point. I hear all these podcasts, these guys, these women talking about black women are the most educated. No, the most enrolled, not the most educated. And at the end of the day, from my research, you might think these women are uneducated and all of that, and whatever. And even if they was uneducated, the point is, which they're not, they're more educated than you. The point is they want to be white and they know how to act like white. But you want to be hoes, be 3 or 4s, but get treated as white. And this is the reason why a lot of men are leaving and finding traditional women. Women that actually want to be white, not this feminism shit that's in the Western culture. But y'all still want the same protection as a wife for being a hoe. Because y'all are the same one screaming, y'all could do anything a man can do. You don't need no man, all of that shit wagging your head like a damn buck doll and whatever. But like I said, fellas, I'm going to talk to y'all now. Remember, whatever you're doing it on your own. Bringing a woman into it, you were doing it before, and you could continue doing it. She's coming in because she thinks she gives you some ass. She's entitled to your resource, and that's your job. The thing I realized a long time ago, I don't need a woman to do anything to be a man. I have to do what I have to do to be a man. For me, not for none of these hoes that think because they got a fat ass and all of that there, and that's all they need to bring to the table. But I'm just saying though, guys, like I said, I ain't graduate from Harvard. I'm stupid. But at the end of the day, I ain't him, guys. Give me a like, give me a share, give me a subscribe, guys. I'm trying to build this shit, but we ain't capping over here. I'm just saying.
And you would not be single.
I'm just saying.